Hi and welcome to another one of my videos of my training for the Arc of Attrition 100-mile ultramarathon. In this video I'll show you some of the terrain that I came across on this part of the route, where the muddy bits were, some of the lovely views, a few navigation points, and also where there might be some potential for a bit of wildlife spotting. Thanks for coming along. So the section that I'm doing today, I've got a 4-hour run on the plan, and I started in Penzance, just a little bit further along than the checkpoint, and have just run through Newlyn and on my way to Mousehole now. I'll meet Dan at Porthcurno. He's gonna see me there because that's where he's gonna crew for me on the day, and then finish in Sennen. The route through Mousehole can seem a little bit complicated, but only because it's through lots of little windy back roads. There are plenty of signs if you keep your eye out for them, and if you've got it on your watch even better. But hopefully this will give you a little bit of an idea of what to expect. That is very helpful. The steep climb out of Mousehole, good slacking opportunity. That's when I tend to eat a lot, is on hills where I have to walk. And here we are, back to the trails. The monotony of pavement pounding is certainly remedied once you hit the trail just after Mousehole, with a quick transition to mud and rock to keep you on your toes. Just as I was about to say that the path had dried up since a couple of weeks ago when I went and recce'd Coverack to Lizard. This is not a dry path. This was genuinely one of my favourite bits of Arc this year. I don't think it's everybody's favourite bit because there's not an awful lot of running, or at least not an awful lot of running for me, that you can do. But there's something really, I don't know, maybe meditative about hopping over boulders, trying to find your feet. You can't focus on anything other than that really, and maybe that's why I liked it so much. It's kind of a way to be completely mindful. One of my favourite things about trail running, just being in the moment. Bit of respite from the boulder hopping. This time last year I was here with the swim gang. I did a recce on the Saturday, and then we all went to the pool after in Penzance. So I did Porth to Penzance, and then the next day we went for a walk coming along this path. So we basically walked from Mousehole to Lamorna and back, and we saw a humpback whale. Oh, it's right there! Oh my god! It was so, yeah, it was incredible. So we followed it for, I don't know, maybe a third of a mile along the coast. yeah, I'd never seen one before. It was absolutely beautiful. So there's Lamorna over there. So here we are in Lamorna. There's our coast path sign. I'm going to go that way. But just if you have got crew coming to meet you here at Lamorna, don't forget to pay. There are cameras and you can get caught out. We did when wrecking. Even just dropping somebody off can lead to a ticket because, like I said, there's a camera, so it's not even just making sure we don't get caught by a warden. So don't get caught out if you're sending crew to Lamorna. I can never remember the best way to go up here. That way probably. 3 points of contact. I find this bit a bit confusing because there's a sign there that says footpath, but you can't open that gate. So you come round this way. Yeah, basically just bypass the gate. So no need to try and climb over it. There's these little steps. So it's where that thing is. There we are. It's a bit easier now. So coast path, yeah, down there. And along that path over there. There's a lovely memorial down there, but don't go that way. Not a Scooby-Doo where the stones are underneath there or any solid ground. So you just gotta accept that you're gonna get muddy. Boy. Yeah. I went a bit deep that time. Anyone that's ever run with me know never to follow me if you're hoping for the dry line, because there's something about me that means that I always get extremely muddy and wet, likely to fall over. Yeah, so if you see me, don't follow my line. It's not sensible. There's a coast path sign just over there in the corner, and that's what I'm going to aim for. This is where that torch that Lloyd Purvis off of Run for Adventure, that torch he talks about is really handy because you can shine quite far in the distance, so you can pick then a good line. I'm probably not going to hold the camera whilst I negotiate these boulders. Made it across without mishap. But yeah, it's a bit of a gamble. You never really know which of the boulders are going to wobble and which ones are going to stay solid. So I just walked it. I'm not very good with risk, pretty risk averse. So I tiptoed across. 3 points of contact occasionally. Got some lovely wooden bit now. Penny wort. I've been on the trail for almost 2 hours. and I've almost finished my drinks. So my fluid hydration strategy is to have, for most parts of the course, have a couple of 500ml bottles at the front, and to try and get through 500ml an hour in the hope that I'll have contact with either Dan or get to a main checkpoint every couple of hours so that I can top up. And then if there are any sections where I'm likely to be alone for longer, then I've got a spare 500ml in my bag so I can fill that up, knowing that I need to be self-sufficient for a little bit longer. And it worked really well last year, and I've kind of got into the habit now of drinking that amount over that period of time, so it's quite good. I think if you can practice so that it becomes something you do without thinking, it's really helpful, because there's so many things to think about. Eating, drinking, changing stuff, kit, directions. So yeah, if it can become second nature, I think it's quite handy. In reality, this was more like 2 500ml flasks every 2.5 to 3 hours, but that still seemed to be okay for me, especially in the night when I wasn't sweating quite as much with the temperature dropping. That one's had me unstuck a couple of times. Not far from Porthcurno now, you can just see a gloriously golden beach and turquoise water in the distance, and then you've got the Minack Theatre as well. Iconic start of the Arc 50. Yeah, once you've come up that path, there's a sign here and you can go off that way. Don't go inland, that would be a bad idea. Although the signs and GPX file that Colin Baith put together will make it pretty unlikely that you'll get completely lost, a wrong turn down a path can sap time and energy, and it might be tempting to cross land to get you back on the right path, but this can be pretty dangerous. There are places on the southwest coast path that are thick with gorse and brambles and lots of uncapped, disused mine shafts, so it's always best to retrace your steps, no matter how inconvenient it might seem at the time. Just before you come to Porthcurno, there's this little left turn to carry on a bit closer to the sea, so don't miss that left. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh. I've just filled up bottles, got a handful of sweets and some more snacks here at Porthcurno. It's one that you need to walk from the car park to meet your runner, but it's not far. It's quite a nice car park. Just poor Dan was stood there waiting for me for ages. Lots of steps. Very glad for my strength and conditioning. It really helps with this stuff. So I can't get over how blue that is. Wow. So just come up those steps at the Midnight Theatre and on my way to Land's End. Doing these recce's is one of my favourite bits about training. All of this beauty will be shrouded in darkness on race day for those doing the 100 miler for the Arc of Attrition. So this is an opportunity to get to enjoy it in the daylight. If you're doing the race and you can't get down to recce it in person, I hope you can keep these views in your mind when you get here in the dark. Just imagine it. If you'd like to join me for some more of my training journey and general other outdoor antics, then please subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all again really soon. Bye for now.